Self-conscious about my shirt now because we are kicking things off this half hour with a little nip and a little tuck. And no, we're not talking about plastic surgery, but tucking in your shirt, and gents, when and when not to do it. So here with more is trend stylist Paul Chosy. And, we were all excited yesterday in the newsroom talking about, because you're not our normal type of guest. We don't get a chance to talk about tucking in a shirt. But looking at the notes, this is some serious business.
Yeah, some of the most interesting questions are the simplest.
Yeah.
Like, when do I tuck in my shirt? So there's a couple rules that you can go by.
Okay.
There's, if it has tails, tuck it. If it has a hem, don't. That'll keep you out of most trouble. But let's go through individual shirts. You have undershirts. Those are part of undergarments. You want to keep those tucked in and out of the way.
Okay.
You have polo shirts. Those can kind of go either way. You see golfers, they'll dress themselves up by tucking it in and have their belt exposed. Turtlenecks, roll collar shirts, things like that. Those can go either way as well. If you're wearing a sport coat, you definitely want to have that tucked in so you can show off your belt buckle.
Okay.
If not, let it hang out.
Okay.
And then Hawaiian shirts, loud prints, that's casual.
You got to have that hanging out.
Don't ever tuck that.
No, right? I love it. I love it.
And T-shirts, that's another one.
Yeah.
For most of the time, you don't want to tuck that in. That can go really bad really quickly.
Right.
But there are some styles right now where if you have the right pair of pants and the right belt on, and your T-shirt's part of your fashion statement, you can get away with it. So
one of the big ones I think I see a lot is guys go out and they have jeans and then they have a shirt like yours, like a dress shirt, and kind of the big thing was to leave it out. But that seemed to be a trend. Is that still the trend, or do you want to tuck that in?
You want to tuck that in.
Okay.
Now you're kind of just looking sloppy if you're leaving your tails in.
All right.
So.
I just learned something because I usually tuck it out, but I have no problem tucking it in. Okay, now there's certain types of tucks too. There's the basic trouser tuck. What's that one?
And that's where you have your pants already fastened. You just tucking your shirt in through your fastened waistband. So you're just kind of evenly tucking around.
And what about the military tuck?
Now that takes a little practice.
Okay.
That's where you're going to have your pants undone.
Okay.
You're going to smooth all your tails down into the legs of your pants.
Right.
You're then going to fold those back on the sides to make pleats. Fold them back so they're nice and smooth. Then you'll fasten your pants around them and you'll make sure you line up your button square along with your fly and everything.
Okay, so that one we just actually showed a little bit of instructional video, so you may want to hit the internet for that one.
Yes.
And the underwear tuck.
Well, that's not taking your dress shirt and tucking it into your underwear.
Oh, okay.
That's a bad idea.
Okay. Not even Tom Cruise didn't even do that in Risky Business.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's where you want to take your undershirt, remembering that it's an undergarment, and tuck it into your underwear to remove any rippling, any bumps that might be there. So when you tuck your shirt over it, between your undergarments and your pants, it's always nice and smooth. I'm actually wearing a military tuck right now.
Wow, I know, it looks good. That was the first thing I noticed. Is there such thing as a bad tuck, and is it socially acceptable to tell somebody that they have a bad tuck?
Well, yes and maybe.
Okay.
There's a few bad tucks. There's the half tucked.
Okay.
And that's where you've got a piece hanging out. There's the once tucked, and that's where you've been tucked all day and you're getting kind of lazy and your shirt's kind of coming out. It's wrinkled on the bottom. Either of those, unless you're Brad Pitt, you can't get away with that.
Right.
And then there's the tucked with no belt. And a rule of thumb is if you're wearing any type of trouser that has loops on it, it's looking for a belt. So you want to have a belt there.
All right. Well, we are out of time, Paul, but that was a really fun and some useful information. I learned some stuff, Monica and Rachel.
Yeah, it was great, Paul. I love that segment. The demos, the video, that was fantastic. The military tuck, it's serious. My husband wore it for 21 years. Oh, yeah.
I was watching all the demonstration. I looked at Mike. I'm like, Jason's not doing that tuck.
Yeah, it was so fun. That was good stuff, guys. Thank you.